I'm not much of a stat guy, but I sure do love a stat that jumps off the page. Jay Crowder versus Anthony Davis's playoff stats. After winning his first championship with the Lakers back in 2020, Anthony Davis is nowhere to be found in this season's playoffs. Of course, we already know that story, and it's been beaten over and over and over, so we'll push that to the side. While the purple and gold on paper made some great moves, bringing in players like Russell Westbrook, along with multiple veterans, the Lakers looked to set and dominate, but things certainly did not go as smoothly as expected for the LA Lakers, with both Davis and LeBron James missing chunks of the regular season due to injuries, and Westbrook never really fulfilled the third superstar role. The Lakers slipped into oblivion, the season finishing as the 11th seed in the Western Conference. The Lakers' struggles saw some similar patterns as well, with Davis, who was supposed to be their go-to superstar and the one to take on LeBron's talismanic duty, struggled with injuries and inconsistency. One thing is for certain, Davis's injury record is worsening and certainly is a massive cause of concern for the Lakers, who gave up multiple players for the former All-Star. Drafted as the first overall pick in the 2012 class, AD is arguably the most talented player of his class. Despite his incredible talents though, playoff appearances have been sparse for the big man. Meanwhile, Suns shooting forward Jay Crowder has passed Anthony Davis on the career playoff points list. This is notable because they were both drafted in the same year, and I really don't know why this stat keeps appearing on everyone's timeline, even though the Lakers are not even in the playoffs, and it started a few days ago when Crowder was closing in on Davis, who was at the time had 228 points in NBA playoff history. So we love our milestones, don't we, folks? So given his lack of playoff appearances, Suns rotational forward Jay Crowder recently crossed Davis in total points scored in the playoffs. This is certainly a massive statement in Crowder's part. While the 6'8 forward isn't the most talented player of his class, he has often found himself in the NBA postseason. With teams valuing his defense and decent enough shooting, it's not a shocker to see Crowder play 101 playoff games in his career so far. Davis, meanwhile, has only played a total of 39 games. It is interesting to compare the career trajectories both the players have had. Crowder, over the past few years, has often found himself competing against Davis in the playoffs, be it in the series between the Heat and the Lakers in the 2020 finals or the first round matchup against the Suns. The battle between the two has always been a spectacle, with Davis and the Lakers hoping to make a return next season. It will be interesting to see Jay Crowder battling it out once again with Anthony Davis. Crowder still currently trails such prolific postseason scorers as CJ McCollum, Bill Cartwright, and Draymond Green, who was selected a pick after Crowder in the 2012 NBA draft. Davis has spent most of his career on bad teams like the New Orleans Pelicans, while Crowder mostly bounced around from playoff team to playoff teams. Crowder has played in more than twice the amount of postseason games and has been to 3 conference finals. Whatever reason there is for this comparison is Robert Horry adjacent, except that Crowder has never won a title. Davis's number dwarfs Crowder's, but hopefully Davis can live with that, even if it takes him one more postseason run to score more points than Crowder will manage in the rest of his career.